What is up, everybody? Welcome to this special featured episode of Sales Stories in Real Life for EverReady.AI. I'm your host, Alex Bruschi, and this is the show where professional salespeople share their stories about memorable buying experiences. Today, we've got a very, very special guest from across the pond in France, Mr. Loic Deo. He is the CEO and founder of EverReady.AI. EverReady.AI is a solution that automatically updates your CRM. They're available inside of Salesforce App Exchange, and they're an ISV partner. Loic, welcome to the show. Really, really glad that we get to do this. I heard that, well, before actually we get started, why don't you tell people about EverReady?
Yes, thank you, Alex. Hi, everyone. Thank you to have me on your show. I suppose we say that in your country in English. Yes. So yes, basically with EverReady, we do two things very, very important for salespeople. First, we help them to have all the information, contact, sales activities logged automatically into the CRM. So for sure on Salesforce, but on every CRM. So it will sync all the activity contact based on, email signature parsing, catch the info wherever it is. So in the phone, in the email, in the calendar. So this is kind of basic stuff, but we do it very, very well at EverReady. Plus, we have a new feature today, which is a way to, let's say, highlight things that are into your CRM and make your CRM look like Waze. I'm not sure you are using Waze in the US, but okay, it's make things very, very graphical, visual, user friendly, very sexy. So it's very innovative, and I hope everyone will try to have a view on that on our website. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, go check out EverReady AI. They got some great stuff coming out. But Loic, I did also hear that you had a really interesting experience when you were shopping for some services for when you were getting your app built. I know that you've built a couple startups. What happened there with that buying story?
Yeah, yeah. So this is yes, as you mentioned, this is my second startup. I founded the first one 10 years ago. This is my second one with EverReady. We found this one 4 years ago. I have multiple, let's say, buyers stories to tell. It's very, very hard when you are a small startup, when you don't have a lot of money because you raise money, but you don't have that much money. You have to do the right choice. You can't, very, very interesting when you buy something and you are a startup. I talk from the startup perspective, but you can't miss, because you don't have a lot of money. So if you miss the thing, if you don't buy it correctly, then you spend too much money in a stuff. Then it could be fatal for little for your company. It could be the end. So very important for us was to create this app into Salesforce, our second app. So the first one is Connect, the information. We did it 3 years ago, but this year we create an app into Salesforce to make it look like Waze. So I designed something with good designers, famous designer, but then I wanted that the look and feel look the same into Salesforce, and I try to find the right suppliers to do that. And all the suppliers told you, okay, for us it's easy, we can do that, we are preferred partner Salesforce, we can do that easily, and so on and so forth. So that's my story. It was very, very difficult to find the right one to let's say create this app for us, because it's very, very important to be very close to what we designed at first. So yes, this is all the story about. So we the first thing was to find out all the suppliers, the provider, all the people, the partner that are building this app into Salesforce. And this is the jungle. Honestly, you have a lot of people, and you have some offers, prices from 1 to 3x the amount of money that you have to spend. So for us, it's very difficult. You don't know the technical stuff into Salesforce. You don't know how it goes. And you have someone who say, okay, I can do it for, I don't know, let's say 20,000. And you have another one say, okay, you can't have nothing until you have 50,000 to spend. So, and you want a good stuff. You want a good product. You want something very, very, it's for you, it's very important. So you don't want to buy cheap, but at the same time you don't have the money. So this is all the question that the CEO asks himself when you are a startup, to find out and to trust the good suppliers. And so that's all my challenge for this buying experience was to try to dig as much as possible the thing with the suppliers, to ask a lot of questions, to try to define precisely my expectation in terms of feature, design, capabilities of the tool. So it was very, very important to write it down, and then to try to have this, how do you say that, quote from the estimate from the suppliers, to tell me if it's one possible, because everyone said okay, it's possible, no problem. And then to manage to have the best price, because it's a balance of price and quality. So this was very, very tough this year to get that, and finally find a, for me, good one, a good surprise, because sometimes it's, when you build app, it's like when you do some, I don't know how to say that in English, but when you do something into your house, you build something into your
Yeah.
house, you build a house, construct something, I don't know. It's you're always, it's always a full of inconvenience or a surprise, bad surprise. So yes, with this supplier, it was at the end very, very good, but we have to dig into figure. And for the story, so I did make my homework. I did all the specification. I sent the specification, and I have a first quote from this supplier and another one. So I had at least in shortlist, two suppliers in line, and the first one say, okay, he sent me a quote, and I look at the quote, and I told him, okay, with the sales people in front of me, I say, okay, I am a sales guy, and from a sales perspective, what you send me, it's a joke, because you know that I am a startup, that I don't have a lot of money, and you inside the quote, there were like over, let's say, 50 days of work. There were like 10 days of documentation reading, so documentation and so on. So I told them, okay, 10 days to write documentation, what is this? Is bullshit. So okay, just go back home, do your homework, and I'm nice to tell you that, because normally you will be ejected. So I shared my sales skills with the sales person. She's a nice salesperson, and very, very, yes, nice, and easy. So I was very honest with her. I told her, okay, with this kind of code, I can do nothing. I can't talk to you. It will be dead for you. But you look nice. I give you another shot, second chance. So go back to your IT team. Tell them that the client was not very happy with the proposal, and just go back to me, and try. And I told her, ask your team to explain what they will do with 10 days to write documentation for an app. How many pages? What the hell is behind the scene, behind this 10 days of stuff? And she go back to her team. It takes a week. She go back to me with another quote. She cut all those lines, bullshit lines. In the service there is a lot of bullshit lines, because you can add some few days for each things. You can add few days. So
Yeah.
she just cut all those stuff, and come back to me with a proper and very competitive offer. And she told me, yes, you were right, thank you. And okay, I think she just challenges her IT team, and she come back with a good proposal. Then I switch into the negotiation of price. So I as a second can wave to have the best price. And we did finally work with this company. And honestly, at the very beginning, when I first have the first quote, honestly, in my mind, it was not the company that I wanted to work with, that I wanted to choose. So it was, a mutual work progress, and evolution to have this, at least I think, a good price for me, and for them also, a good deal to do this project with us. It was not okay. I wanted that they earn money at the end of the day, so they have to earn money. But I wanted that the price be fair, and not 10 days for this, and I wanted to spend time and work on stuff that count for the project and not bullshit. So they understand that, and today they are a very, very good partner for us. But sometimes I need to call them and say, okay, what is this line? I don't catch it. Do me something. It's not good. So sometimes I remind them that I'm not. I don't know how you say that in English, but in French we have a French expression saying that you are a cow and you give some milk, for free. It's a French expression. I don't know how to say that in English.
Yeah.
It means that you have a lot of money and you spend your money, but
Yeah.
I'm not like this. I'm startup, and I am very, very sharp on this kind of thing.
Well, I think that's I love that story, by the way. I think that's a really good, and also thank you for introducing French expressions to the show. I think this is great. I told you, before the show, my family is in Italy, right near
Yeah.
France, and the dialect that we speak has a little bit of French in it. So I think this is really cool. But all of that aside, I really love this story because I know that there are so many people that are listening that are currently selling to startups. And so I think you can give people a perfect glimpse into the mind of a startup founder of just understanding how much you're like sharpening your pencils to get the deal that you want. So I thought what was really interesting about the way that you were negotiating was that you were kind of doing it in waves. It was like, okay, first I'm going to negotiate the scope of work, right? Then I'm going to negotiate the price, right? Then I'm going to negotiate the terms. How do you think about that as a buyer, as a founder of a small startup, right? Like what's your like order of importance when you're negotiating a deal?
At the end of the day, the first thing first is quality of the product, quality of the project. So first, in my mind, I want a good product because this product will be sold to my customer. So I need the best in class. Then when I'm sure I have the best quality, then I go deep in detail and try to look at every lines to see if they don't look at me as a large account. I'm just a startup. I don't have a lot of money. So I'm not the one who will bring them a lot of money. So I need to make that clear very, very soon into the conversation. Then, yes, I try also to negotiate with, we agree that if the project went good, then we can go for communication, marketing stuff. We can, benefit each other from this project. But as a CEO, it's very, very important to manage your cash. The cash. In the US, for you, it's how do you say that? Easy to understand. But here in Europe, we don't have the same mindset. People with the cash are not using it the same way. So here in Europe, some companies they spend cash. They don't know why they spend cash. And okay, as a startup, each dollar for you, each euro for us, is important.
Yeah.
It's very tough to earn it. I raised 3 times money into this startup. It's very difficult to raise money. So after that, for me, my investors, my team, I don't want to spend money if there is no matter to spend it. So I
Right.
try to put each amount of money in very good and efficient stuff. So that's the thing. Once you, as a CEO, once you saw that you have the quality and you pay the right amount of money for that, there's no problem, no problem. But you have to make sure of that. And a little thing like I took for the example, I took the documentation, which was in this case the thing, but it could be another line in the estimate, another line that it break the confidence that you have with the partner.
Right.
As soon as you break the confidence, as soon as you don't have the trust from me, there is no deal. So trust is very, very important. Quality trust, and the money after, we will find something.
That's a really good point, and I actually wanted to go down this route too, is that you mentioned the salesperson throughout all of this. She was nice, she was easy to work with. You told her to take back the quote, and she took back the quote, and she came back to you a week later. I think you said, how did she keep your trust the whole time, right? Because when you saw that first quote and there was all of these billing terms or all of this time within billing that you didn't agree with, how did she keep your trust throughout that?
Yes, I didn't want to put it into a position where she can't go move forward. So the idea is to pinpoint the fact that there is a problem, but let her a door open so she can solve the problem and keep the face. Very important. So I told her, no, no, it's not your fault. It's your IT team. They made a mistake. Go and check with them. I think there is a problem. And next time, check it before see me, because if you come back to me with the same kind of proposition, I will definitely leave you out this deal. So it's in each negotiation you have, as you are a sales guy or a buyer, you have to let this door open. If you just okay like this, it's not good for me. I don't want. You can't have your the deal. And at the end of the day, you want the deal. If you think that the partner, the provider, the supplier offer you a good product, a good quality, good service, the idea is to keep the deal alive because you need it. At the
Right.
end of the day, I need this product. So, but I want to decrease to lower to lower the price.
Yep. Yep. What what advice would you give to other people out there that are selling to startups, like particularly small startups? What's the best way that people can like get a meeting with a CEO like you, or what's the best way that people can get your attention or book a discovery call with you, book a demo with you? What advice would you give to those people?
Um, it's for me. It's first. It's know your topic, know your subject. You need to be good. No bullshit. Okay, if someone call me and okay, the people like me, it's been 20 years more than I am in the business. I know everything about everyone. I have a lot of experience. So I feel very, very quickly if the guy in front of me know his topic. It's not matter of skill of communication, things like that. I don't care. I care about knowing the topic and what is the value, what is the key differentiator. If the guy can tell me in 1 minute, okay, my point is that I will bring you that you can't have it on the market because I have this particular key differentiator from the competitors. I can bring you that. You have this problem right now. I can fix it. This is a good point. First intro, icebreaker is a good thing. After that, I'm very, very open. As a CEO, I think CEOs are more open than, for example, a marketing director or sales director, because they are, they are a sales director in his business. Okay, he's thinking about his figures, his quota. He wants to achieve his goals. Okay, he don't have time to think. Marketing director are thinking about the leads generate leads. So okay, but CEOs, part of his job is to be open as an open-minded person, and each people who are coming with, let's say, good value proposition with expertise on the topic, on the field of the project or service or solution that they want to sell, then I need to explore. As a CEO, I want to explore more. I'm interested. At least 2 minutes, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, if the guy is good, maybe a call, maybe a solution, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm very open, and I think startup CEOs are like that. So very open, but you need to be good, and you need to be good very quickly.
So for you, it's like it's right away, like this person knows what they're talking about, or this person doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
And you're just going in right away with that premise of like, okay, I can see that you know what you're talking about. Let's take it a step further. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're like quick to move away.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's a great piece of advice for all of our sellers that are listening. Like really be an expert in your
Expert.
topic, in your domain, in the problems that your buyers are facing on a daily basis. I love that. Okay. So great buying story there. I did just want to shift gears to this because I know that as a founder, you have a lot of selling experience too, and you're
Yeah.
actually a salesperson by trade. Tell us about some stories when you were selling EverReady. I think that would be a really awesome experience for the audience to
Yeah,
hear you in action too.
yeah, thank you for so I've been sales all my life. I started as a sales guy 20 years ago. I sell software for more than 20 years. I've been in different companies, US company, French company, European company. I have two startups. So I had a lot of experience, lot of deals that I have made or not made. For me, I will tell you a story about a deal I made with EverReady because it's more positive. But honestly, where you progress the most is from the deal you lost. So it's when you have bad
Agreed.
experience that you learn a lot. You have a lot of learnings because you go back in time and say, okay, where I missed something, where I went wrong, and it's way better to, from my personal experience, when I lost deal, it hurts, and when it hurts, then you try to understand why, and then you progress. Okay, but I don't want to talk about my loss today on your show. So I'm going to tell you another story about a big client that we are a small startup in France, in Europe. We work with international company, and we start last year discussion with international company based in Berlin, based in Germany. So for US guys that are listening, German people are not very, very easy. They're very strict. It's not, they're not your friend. It's very difficult to, okay, they want things, they know what they want. It's very difficult to negotiate. They're strong people. Italian and French, we are very easy. We are nice, okay, but German people, they're not the same. So we have this kind of thing. And so this is a German company, so based in German, but they have international operations. They are in the US, they are in the whole Europe. They have like 3,000 salespeople all over the world. They are on Salesforce. It's a big deal for us. There is a lot of expectation for us. So we try to work with them. It's take a long time with the legal part because here also the legal is very important, and for the German people the legal it's very 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 important. So we have this deal ongoing, and we start bottom up. So we start very very low as discussion with sales director, and then we go up with the country manager and the international innovative officer, and we have the chance that the first demo of the product, the value proposition of EverReady, just match with the DNA of the company and with the sales director. And the sales director was of a very good sponsor, and he told us, okay, for me you fix a problem, you will help me to save tons of hours of manual data entry for my salespeople. It makes the difference. This is a manufacturing company, this customer, and the DNA is to save time. They save time. They for them, time is money. Okay, for all of us, but for the manufacturing industry, it's more true. and
Yeah.
and and we have access to the innovative guy at the global level, at the international level, and he find the solution very well. He say, okay, it's a good solution, but just once we were at the step to close the deal and say, okay, we move forward, he said, oh, my friend, we need something in your product. We need another feature. Until we don't have this feature, sorry, but we can't make the deal. But if you have this feature, maybe we could make the deal. Okay. For us, it was very, very frustrating because, we spent a lot of time on the deal. For us, everything was okay. I simplify a little bit the story, but it was like that. Then I told those German people, I said, okay, no problem. Let us 3 months. We come back after the summer. It was just before the summer. In September, we come back to you with the feature. And as soon as we come back to you, then can we start again the process? And they say, okay, come back to me with the feature and so on and so forth. Okay. We put our IT team on the at work, and they spend time and hours to develop the feature. It was a difficult feature to develop. Basically, it's a feature that helps to when you create a contact, to put the contact on the right company, because you're based on the country plus the zip code plus a lot of things. So you
Yeah.
manage to put the contact at the right position and in the account into the CRM. At the end of the day, brief. At the end of the day, we in September, I come back to this company. No news, no news. Okay, we don't have time, and so on and so forth. And October, they say, okay, fine. They start the process again. And for startup like we are, the time is not the same as for the large enterprise. We are very how do you say that? Yeah, we move fast. We want things fast. We are waiting for things, but they have time. They have time. They have all
Right.
their life to take a decision. But okay, they start again the process. They do a pilot with us. They say, okay, you have the feature, but we don't want to roll out Big Bang right now. So we want to test. So we start a test. It lasts for 3 months till October to January. We did tests. They test everything. They look at the time response time of the solution. It was kind of nightmare in terms of we try to make it everything perfect so they can say, okay, we want to work with you. And in February, they say, okay, good, we have everything we want. We signed the deal. So for it was it was a good deal because it was tough. We have to develop the tool for them, but to put it in our roadmap, we have to change our plan. We have to go back to them. We have to then to run this pilot phase to succeed and to sign. So we sign at this moment. We only sign France, and the idea is to roll out on all the countries if the friends are happy with the product in a few months. So I don't know how to say that in English, but it's resilience. You use this word? No,
Resilience. Yeah, resilience.
resilience.
Yeah.
Resilience. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's a great win. And it was a many month win because you were saying like you were working with them for a few months and then it was you had to build it over the summer and then it was October and then it was January and then it was February. So it was a long deal. What one last question that I have for you, quick 30 seconds if you could. When you have deals that are like stuck in legal, or stuck with a certain department, right? Like what would be advice that you would give people to keep the deal having momentum, right? So that it doesn't just die in legal. How do you keep the deal going when it takes so many more months than you would hope for?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good question because the deal could be in the legal or it could be at the IT, the security IT. Today, for software company, a lot of times the deal are checked by IT and could be also dead in the IT. So there is nothing really you can do because you're not on top of the list of the priorities they have. So the idea is to have this sponsorship with your, let's say, sales. For us, we sales to sales director or marketing director to have this strong relationship with the sponsor. So the sponsor could put pressure on the legal
Right.
or IT team saying, okay, we need this product. Okay, don't block us with this project. But at the end of the day, it's a kind of power that the legal and the IT have. And this power, they want to use it and show inside the company, look, if I want to break the deal, I can break the deal. If I want to block the deal, I can block the deal. So it's difficult to say. So the thing we do is that we come back to our sponsor, and also we go back to the legal or to the IT if it's blocked at the IT, and we tell them, okay, do you have everything you want? How can we help you to move forward? What do you need? Do you want a call? Do you want more, I don't know, documentation, things? How
Right.
can we move forward? How can we help you to do the job? How we can, and but they don't answer. They don't answer you. They just, I think there are a lot of, things to do, and if you are not top priority, you will have to wait. So there is
Yeah.
no magical advice. You have to have a strong sponsorship, and to make and to keep this good also relationship with the legal, to make sure that you have everything they have, everything they need to assess your offer.
Yeah, no, it's good advice. Like you said, there's no like magic potion or like magic wand, and it's like,
Oh,
okay, now legal's going to approve it. But to your point, when you have a strong executive sponsor and it helps them, right? Like they're incentivized to bring your product on, then they'll advocate for you. They'll, push
that's it.
people internally, like you said, put pressure. Loic, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for not only the buying story, but also the selling story of a huge win for EverReady. So congratulations. For our folks that are still listening, thank you so much for tuning in. Go check out EverReady.AI if you want to have no more manual data entry. Loic, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for properly representing France as our first French guest. Thank you so much. Sales Stories in Real Life fam. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Thank you, Alex.